What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Line Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Isaiah, and y'all, the Tennessee Titans finally made a move at safety as they have signed former Seattle Seahawks safety Jamal Adams, y'all, to a one-year deal. And I know a lot of people are like, why did the Titans sign Jamal Adams? And y'all, I will go ahead and say this. I'm not the biggest fan of this move, but I understand why they did it. And I think Jamal Adams still has a little bit left in the tank, y'all. So without further ado, get into Jamal Adams, give y'all his stats from last year, talk about how he fits into this defense and what he can potentially bring to this defense, man. So how's everyone doing? Welcome to the live stream. Hope you're doing well. If you're new, please hit that sub button. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them, in the comment section. All right, y'all, so let's get into it. Y'all see I got some Titans highlights playing in the background. I'll get into Jamal Adams. So you look at his 2023 stats, man. He played 9 games. He had 48 tackles, 7 tackles for loss. He had a 52.8 run defense grade, a 50.7 coverage grade. So obviously, when you look at his stats, y'all, you look at his coverage grades and stuff and his run defense grades, they obviously don't stand out, right? They're pretty poor, especially his run defense grade. We know Jamal Adams is never known for his coverage, really, but his run defense grade, it was very bad last year, y'all. I mean, I think he missed like 25% of his tackles last season, which I was very shocked to see because Jamal Adams, that's been probably the biggest strength of his game is being an elite tackler, especially at that safety position. So the fact that he only had a 52.8 run defense grade definitely kind of, makes you raise your eyebrows like, okay, can this dude even be an effective tackler out there any longer? But y'all, I will say this, we know he was coming back from an injury last season, and I don't think Jamal Adams was fully healthy. Honestly, I think the reason he played is because he knew he was entering, a contract year. He knew there was a great chance that the Seahawks were going to cut him. So I think that's the reason he even pushed himself to play 9 games. Because when I looked at him, y'all, I mean, Jamal Adams just didn't. He wasn't moving well. He did not look like the same guy. So I just again the reason he ended up playing 9 games because he wanted to potentially cash out in free agency. But yeah, y'all, only 48 tackles in 9 games. So you do the math, just about 5 tackles a game. A little over 5 tackles a game. You would hope for a guy of Jamal Adams' talents that he's giving you maybe 9 or 10 tackles a game, especially when you consider that is what he's known for. So I know his stats don't jump off the page, but y'all, let's get into what he brings to this team and this defense. So what he brings, y'all, Adams is a hybrid linebacker / safety who is at his best when he can play near the line of scrimmage and use his aggressiveness to get after quarterbacks and running backs. He also brings some swagger to the defense and should become a leader. However, he is not great in coverage and he has major injury concerns. And this is the key, y'all, if he can stay healthy, if he is used properly and he can stay healthy, he should be able to make an impact on this defense, y'all. And that's really going to be the biggest thing with Jamal Adams is, can he stay healthy? You should talk about a guy that last 3 years, y'all, that has had major injury concerns, right? I don't think Jamal Adams hadn't even played 12 games in the season since like 2020, right? So that definitely concerns you. That concerns me big time, y'all, right? And even in 2021, he played 12 games as well, but even that season, y'all, he didn't really have a good year that year. So you talk about Jamal Adams really has not been a really good player since 2020, right? It's 4 years ago, y'all. Now, he is only 28 years young, and y'all should be able to see that. On the bottom of your screen, 28 years old, 28 years young, however you want to word it. 6'1", 213 pounds, a 3-time Pro Bowler. But again, y'all, that Pro Bowl appearance, came back in 2020. 2-time second team All-Pro in 18 and 20. And he was the first team All-Pro in 2019. But that's been, 4 years ago since he was a Pro Bowl, All-Pro caliber player. So, I like when guys have a good, resume, y'all, but I also like when they've done things recently. Like you look at L'Jarius Sneed, even though Jamal Adams has a better resume, L'Jarius Sneed has done, been a better player more recently than Jamal Adams. Because again, L'Jarius Sneed last year was arguably the best corner in the NFL. Jamal Adams has not been a great player, great safety since 2020. But if he is healthy, y'all, he's used correctly / properly, I think you're talking about a guy that could be an impact player for us, right? Like I said, he's at his best, y'all. He's able just to go downhill, be physical, be aggressive. We remember that 2020 year when he had 9.5 sacks, y'all, the most sacks that the DB's ever had in the season in NFL history. And that year, I mean, that was one of the best safety performances, y'all, that I've ever seen in NFL history, in my opinion. So I just think if Jamal Adams, I know he probably won't be able to get back to that level of play, But if he could just get back, y'all, to having that same kind of aggressive mind style, but not being overly aggressive. Because I felt like, back in 2021, y'all, he was overly aggressive. He ended up, getting called for some flags that season, and he didn't even record a single sack that year. And a lot of us were wondering, like, what happened? Because how do you go from having 9.5 sacks one year, then to the next season, you don't even have a single sack? So, again, I just think Jamal Adams, if he could just play to his strengths, not try to be something that he's not, y'all. And I think Denard Wilson is going to play to his strengths. If y'all don't know, Denard Wilson was his DB coach when Jamal Adams was with the Jets during 2018 and 2019. That's when Jamal Adams had two of his best years of his career. And again, I don't think he can get back to that level. But if Denard Wilson can just get Jamal Adams back to being like a decent safety, y'all, particularly being a decent run defender after he had a poor run defense year last season, like Jamal Adams is going to be kind of similar to like Azeez Al-Shire, who, a linebacker that we had last year, y'all. I do not want to see Jamal Adams in coverage at all this year. I don't want to see it, y'all. Let me repeat. I do not want to see Jamal Adams in coverage, because I'm telling you, if Jamal Adams is in coverage, man, QBs are going to fix on him. Because he's not great in coverage. Simple. He just isn't. But if he's playing near that line of scrimmage and he's attacking downhill, yeah, Jamal Adams is going to play pretty decently for us, y'all, and maybe even pretty well. But it's really going to come down to his health. That's the biggest thing. Can Jamal Adams stay healthy? If he can stay healthy, I think he'll have an impact for us. Because I really do believe that, again, Denard Wilson is going to use this young man properly. He's going to put him in the best opportunities to be successful. He's going to play to his strengths. I don't think he's going to force Jamal Adams to be somebody that he isn't, which is like a Jesse Bates. And y'all know Jesse Bates is one of the best coverage safeties in the league. Again, that's not Jamal Adams' game, and that's perfectly fine. Okay, do what you do best. What I will love, y'all, from Jamal Adams is just to see the swagger that he brings to this entire team, not just the defense, but to this entire team. Because as y'all know, the last several years, the Titans, we really lack guys, that have had, loud personalities, y'all, that have not been afraid to, kind of talk their talk and walk their walk. Guys that just had that persona about them. You need that in the locker room, okay? Yeah, it's great to have guys, that are a little bit more quiet, more reserved, kind of laid back, chill. But you also need them guys that are aggressive, y'all, that's in your face, that's not afraid to talk that stuff, right? Like, you need guys like that, because that kind of energizes the entire team, and it energizes your entire fan base. That's why y'all hey, I have no problem having a guy like DeAndre Hopkins on the team, man, because DeAndre Hopkins, y'all, he brings so much personality. And same thing with Calvin Ridley and Will Levis and J.C. Latham. These dudes are huge personalities, and they get us excited about seeing them play. So you can just tell, y'all, that personality just really permeates throughout the entire team. So I just think having a guy like Jamal Adams that does have that swagger, that persona about him, you're going to really notice that. And so because of that, y'all, my grade for this signing is a B-. Yes, it's a B-. I know some of y'all are probably expecting a super low grade, like a D or F. Y'all, I'm not going that low, but I can only give it a B- because, again, Jamal Adams does have major injury concerns, y'all. Like I said a few minutes ago, he hasn't played in 12 games, or excuse me, he hasn't played 16 games, y'all, since 2018. You talk about the last couple of years, he hadn't even played 10 games, right? I mean, the most games he's played the last 4 years was 12, right? So that's still 5 games missed right there. So I do have to factor in the injury issue, but if Jamal Adams could just be decent for us, this is a 1-year deal. It's probably like a $2-3 million deal. I know it's not a really, really expensive deal. And say if he comes in, he ends up maybe being kind of like a part-time starter, and he gives us decent production, hey, it's going to look pretty good. So I don't have a problem with this signing per se. I will say this, though, y'all. We still need a coverage safety, okay? Because, again, like I said a few minutes ago, Jamal Adams, what is he? Hybrid safety / linebacker. He's not a full-time safety. He's a hybrid safety / linebacker, meaning that he's really a safety, y'all, that should be a linebacker, okay? Let's be honest. Now, Jamal Adams might not admit that. He's really a safety that should be a linebacker. So I want to see him, at that line of scrimmage. I want to see him flying from sideline to sideline like a linebacker would do. Okay, I don't want to see him back deep in coverage because that's just not his game. But Jamal Adams comes in, plays decent, he brings that toughness, that attitude, and swagger to our entire football team. Hey, I'm gonna have no issue with him, y'all. It's a cheap deal, right? It's low risk. It's not like we have, 12, $15 million tied to this guy. Again, I expected it's a 1-year deal, and I'm gonna expect it to be like for $2, $3, $4 million. That's it. So if he comes in and doesn't play well, or if he comes in and he's, constantly injured, hey, well, we're not gonna be on the books. We're not gonna have him on the books for a lot of money, right? So really, it's no problem having a guy of his talent, because he still does have some talent, on a cheap deal like this. So again, y'all, I don't have an issue with it, but we still need a coverage safety. I know a lot of y'all still probably gonna want Justin Simmons. Y'all will see with Justin Simmons. I mean, I think Justin Simmons probably is gonna want at least $8 to $10 million a year. I don't know if the Titans are going to do that now, but we definitely still need the coverage safety, because again, Jamal Adams is not a coverage safety. But for what he could potentially bring to the team, give this signing a B-. And now, y'all, look at this secondary, right? We got my boy, I think the best corner in the football. We got my man, Monty Hooker, y'all. Monty Hooker. I think Monty Hooker's going to have like a Pro Bowl caliber year, because, y'all, now Monty Hooker, because of the talent that we have in this secondary, he's going to be able to roam all over the field and really be that free safety that he was like back in 2021. Y'all remember in 2021, Monty Hooker was probably like a top 5 safety there. And then we look at the last couple of years. I know Monty Hooker, he has some injury problems, but you look at the last couple of years, y'all, his play has not been bad, but it just hasn't been, to that elite level like it was in 2021. But we had better corners, that year. Last couple of years, our corner play has been really poor, and Monty Hooker's had to play more man coverage. Now he's going to be able to just chill back there, roam around like he was doing in 2021. So I think Monty Hooker's going to have a Pro Bowl caliber year. We got my man Roger there, y'all. Roger McCreary. I expect Roger McCreary to continue to be one of the best slot cornerbacks in the league. We saw Roger, y'all. He took a major leap in year 2. His rookie year, he gave up 7 touchdowns. Last year, nada, baby. He didn't give up a single touchdown, y'all. And then we got my man Chidobe Awuzie, y'all, coming over from the Cincinnati Bengals. One of the best number 2 corners in the league. Very physical, very tough, in your face kind of corner. So you look at this secondary on paper, this secondary looks pretty doggone good, y'all. So I'm really ecstatic about what Rand Carthon has built in this secondary. And I'll show y'all, before I get about it, I'll show y'all this picture of Jamal Adams, man. You see he's signing his contract. He's excited to be a Tennessee Titan. And hey, again, y'all, I like having him here. I can't say I'm like super, super excited, because again, he's not the same player that he once was. But if he could just be half of that, I'm going to definitely like this deal, man. So there y'all have it. That is me discussing the Tennessee Titans' decision to sign former Seattle Seahawks safety Jamal Adams and what his fit/role will be on this team and on this defense. And I hope y'all enjoyed this. If anybody have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment box at this time. Anyone, has anything they would like to ask me or just comment, please feel free to leave in the comment box at this time. How do y'all feel about this time? For those that might be Titans fans, or for those that just watch the NFL, how do y'all feel about my Tennessee Titans now, Jamal Adams? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Or are you kind of in the middle? Like, not bad, but not great. Man, I hope y'all like it. I got the background music going. Got some Titans highlights playing in the back too from last season, obviously. So just trying to, spice things up, y'all. That's it. Trying to spice things up. Anybody have anything you want to ask me or to say? Please feel free to do it. If not, I'll get ready to get on up out of here. Good stuff, Zay. You doing your thing. Thank you for letting me. I really appreciate it. Appreciate you for that comment. I'll say what's going on to all my people out there on YouTube and Twitter. For those that would love to follow me on Twitter, down is running below your screen. They want podcast on Instagram. That man's day _21. I always say, you want to go add me on there, hey, go right ahead and we can just talk. You don't gotta just be sports. Y'all just want to talk about life. That's fine. Do that as well. Y'all know we're a family over here, so it's beyond just sports, y'all. But yeah, go add me on Twitter and IG. Else, it seems like no one else has anything to add. I'm gonna add you. Okay, then, Lady Tamika. Sounds good. Well, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed this again. Jamal Adams is now a Tennessee Titan. We're hoping that he can just play, decently well for us. Remember, y'all, laughter's good medicine, so make sure you get your daily dose. Y'all know I'm gonna end it, man. I love y'all. God bless. Peace.